It's time for Damn Good Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Shelby Claymore. From corporate executive to CEO to entrepreneur and the founder of Damn Good Marketing Live. This podcast is all about digital marketing, building a business you love, and creating a brand that's authentic to who you are. So if you're ready for honest, raw marketing conversations that you will not find anywhere else, let's freaking get it. All right, y'all. This one is going to be one that's a little different. It is no tips, no tricks. It's just truth, because I know someone out there needs to see this, needs to hear this, needs to understand this, needs to hear me saying this. But today we're talking about the side of business that no one posts about, that no one talks about. And ultimately because no one wants to feel weak as shit. And it sucks that people think and associate that if you get vulnerable or you talk about how hard it is to build a business or how lonely it is to build a business, that it just doesn't make you professional. It makes you less than. It makes you question everything. It makes your street cred go away. But in reality, I'll be damned if I let the fact that I'm showing up for myself and other women building monsters of businesses stay silent when they feel alone, they feel neglect, they feel anxiousness, when even though their entire business is doing great. I'm not even kidding. Do you know what I mean when I say those moments when on paper everything looks great, the business is growing, your clients are freaking happy, your team is strong, you're booked and you're busy. And I just recently had this conversation I'm busy, and I don't say that as a badge of honor. I say that as that I am busy doing what my old version of me self would be jumping for joy for. I am busy doing the things that I love. I'm busy doing the things that I worked so damn hard for. And ultimately your family is good, you're healthy, and you should feel solid, steady, but instead there's this low key hum of anxiety, this weird heavy sense of unsteadiness. If you feel this in your gut, I want you to stop this podcast right now and DM me holy shit, it's only 3 minutes in and you're killing it right in the throat right now. You're telling me exactly how I feel. And no one talks about it. But I am. Today I'm going to talk about it because I've been feeling it, y'all. It hit me this week so freaking hard. And last night I was putting Willie to sleep and I texted my friend Crystal and I was like, I'm feeling this overpowering, unimaginable, random ass feel of anxiety. And she's like, holy shit, Shelby, I just told my husband that I was feeling this way too. Gosh, we're on the same wavelength. And we were talking about life and business, all of it. And she hit me with this line that I'll never forget. It gives me chills. And last night, I remember laying in bed with Willie and I was like, holy shit, that really hit. She said, even when we didn't believe in it, we still built it. Y'all, I need you to let that sit again. Even when we didn't believe in it, we still built it. And as I read that again, it's just in my gut, I know that it's something that every single one of us women building these massive empires, chasing our dreams, but also being very present with our children, we felt that in our gut. Because we all know that feeling of doubt, of wondering, what the heck am I even doing? Of feeling like an imposter in the life that you literally prayed for. Literally prayed for. But what Crystal said reminded me of this. Look how far we've come even when we didn't believe in ourselves. When there was moments of, holy shit, I can't believe I sold this. Or, oh my gosh, I can't believe I hit my first 6 figures. Or, oh my gosh, I can't believe I landed this client. How to get paid to speak at this gig. Or, how do I get to leave corporate? Or, all of these things that just keep piling up. It just keeps piling up. But my question to you, and what she did ask me last night too, is this: what happens when we finally believe in ourselves? What happens when we stop idolizing the women online who aren't even in our season of life? Literally, I remember texting one of my very best friends this weekend and I just got very defeated. And it was all over body image and shame. And literally, y'all, I know this, you know this, everybody watching this, I'm in the best shape of my entire life. But social media is the detriment to the mindset. And when you scroll too much, when you pour too much into social media and you're mindlessly scrolling, you don't think necessarily you're doing anything to yourself, but then one post could set you off and trigger you. And this is what happened to me. And I was idolizing someone in that moment in a way that I don't want her life. I don't want to look like what she looks like. And so in my mind, when I take a huge step back, I was like, well, why did I even let that fear creep in? Why did I even let that comparison creep in when in all reality, I want nothing like her life? Nothing. So what happens when we stop trying to match their highlight reel with our behind the scenes? What happens? Let me tell you what I've learned. Are y'all ready? I've learned that, and this is just me sitting in silence today. I went on a walk. I blared Ann Wilson. I was literally just in my moment. I had my hands up. I was worshiping and walking and my eyes closed, praying I wouldn't trip, but I knew I needed this because I'm at the verge of tears. I'm at the verge of all these things. But when in reality, we don't realize how far we've come from where we were because we're too busy idolizing other people from where they are. And in reality, we only see their highlight reel. So let me tell you what I've learned. And I'm going to challenge all of you to do this. In 2025, I want you to sit back and ask yourself, what are the wins that you've discovered? Here's what I've learned about myself. I've built a high ticket DGML mastermind and I sold it out in under 72 hours. I had majority of them sold before I even hit the internet. I've grown a team that makes me emotional when I think about it and how far we've come. Y'all, that was one thing that I've struggled with over the last 4 years. And right now I have a team that is so damn solid and they're international. We have 4 overseas and like 6 or so, whatever, do the math. We have 12 people altogether over in the United States. And everybody is, I would do anything for any of them. I'm so obsessed with our team. I've let go of friendships, like literal friendships that I was so scared of letting go because I was scared that people would talk shit or that they would hate me forever or that I would fail. Like it was like the most crazy things I would come up with in my head for those friendships that were in a season. They were there for a season. This doesn't mean that when you let go of a friendship, it doesn't mean that they were bad. It doesn't mean that they were a regret. It doesn't mean that they weren't beautiful. It means simply they were there for a season and a reason. And that's okay. And like a lot of times, and that's not saying that it doesn't hurt and you don't miss them and you don't cry over them or mourn the loss of their friendship. It's just saying that you are who you surround yourself with. And so I've let go of friendships. I've let go of mentors. I've let go of patterns and beliefs that no longer served me. And that is probably the scariest thing I've done this year. It's scary because I'm a creature of habit. I built Damn Good Marketing Live from a small town dream into a real bold industry disrupting event. And we literally redid the whole thing this year. And I have to keep reminding myself, Shelby, you moved it out of a small town. So there will be a hiccup. Shelby, you did increase the price of the people that will be in the room. So it will be thought about a little bit more before they bite the bullet. Shelby, you are taking a huge chance and a huge risk into something that you believe is what is needed in the world right now and in the industry and in the marketing world. And you have to trust that you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And I have to remind myself this on a regular basis. I've been doing the work, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable, y'all. There's a lot lately that's been really mega uncomfortable, but guess who's doing it anyway? Your girl is doing it anyway. Whatever feels uncomfortable to you, whatever brings in fear, doubt, anxiety, guess what? That means you're about to level the hell up. Other things that I literally forget on a daily basis. I left corporate and built a multi-6-figure social media management agency. We live in this world where we think we have to have 7, 8, 9 figures. But I would have had no business having a 7-figure business and brand in the years prior to where I am right now because I didn't have the right systems in place. I would have died. We saw what happened. I stressed out. I went into the hospital. I got an autoimmune. Now everything is so systematized that by choice, I said I didn't want a 7-figure business. Now I'm like, let's go, baby. Let's grow. Let's freaking grow. This is like the biggest all-time dream that I had last year in October. I was at Crystal's event, She's Made for More, in California. And one of her speakers had us like do like a meditation and like really visualize where we see ourselves going and what we're doing. And let me be very, very real with you guys right now. Your girl don't meditate. She barely believed in it. She barely believed in manifesting. She barely believed in any of that. I was like, this is all woo-woo bullshit. And like, what are we doing? But in that moment, I got still with my thoughts. I got still with my goals and I got still with myself and what I wanted. And guess what happened? I want you just to guess. I'm going to paint the picture if you're watching this or listening to this on your podcast. I mean, in your earbuds. I'm getting chills thinking about it. Literally chills. In that moment, I closed my eyes and I sat back in my chair. So I want you to picture me at a conference, fully glam, fully dressed in the very back, participating with the speaker. I sit back, I close my eyes, and I see this vision. Oh my God, it's giving me chills. I see this vision. And in this vision, it's me on a stage. And it's me in front of a lot of people, like an arena-like speaking gig. And it wasn't clear if it was DGML. And it wasn't clear if it was for someone else. But I did see my husband there and I saw my kids there. And I was just like, wow, in what world? I was so excited in that moment. And then immediately, in what world do you think that you're going to get something like that? Well, this year in probably around April, I got this email from someone and they were like, hey, We found you on LinkedIn. We would love for you to come speak at our event. We're expecting 700 women to be in attendance. And I was like, this can't be real. This has got to be a scam. And as I sat back at this point in my life, I had forgotten about that vision. I had forgotten about what I saw that day in October. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks and was like, Shelby, this is what you prayed for. This is what you saw. This is what you envisioned. And now you are about to get flown out to California to speak in front of a room of 600 women. And I just sat there. And I know I had to like obviously interview for the job or whatever. And there was a couple speakers that were whatever. But when I got off that phone call, I sent Crystal and Caroline a actual voice memo. And I said, y'all, I just got off a call with someone. It's for 600 people. Holy shit, I'm so excited. And their response to me in that voice memo is, in your voice, you know you got that. In your voice and what you're saying to us, you already have this in the bag. It doesn't matter what other speakers are on the roster. And what I told myself that day is this: would it be amazing if I got that opportunity? And I was like, absolutely. But would it also be okay if I didn't? And I said yes, because I was considered in such a huge opportunity to speak in front of 600 women in California. And the reason they found me is because I posted about what I do online. And I told myself, would it suck? Yes, it would suck if I didn't get it. I'd be sad if I didn't get it, which is valid because I'm competitive. But I'd be proud to be in the ring. And so what I want you to do is, I want you to also think, like, I've had a lot of conversations lately, like, hey, Shelby, like, how are you getting on stages and all this? The thing with it is, if you are new to my world, I have been doing this rinse and repeat for free for 4 years. 4 years. This year is the first time I've ever gotten paid, sought out, all the things. When you are consistent with what you do, you can't just expect to show up and expect to be hired. So all of these things happen, and this is what all I've learned. But I want you to understand this, because I know that you've felt this too. So say you've like literally taken the time to write out all the things that you have accomplished this year. And guess what? I still don't always feel good enough. I still don't always feel qualified. I still battle with imposter syndrome like it's my full-time job. You know what I've realized, something else too, is that feeling, that's not failure. That's growth. That's leveling the F up. And if we've gotten this far with all that doubt and fear, imagine what freaking possible when we finally believe in ourselves and trust that God's got us. Like literally worst case scenario, what can happen? God has you. You don't get to dictate what is coming. You don't get to dictate what you get. You don't get to dictate your life. We have to surrender and fully. That is on my vision board this year. But I will be lying to you if I said every moment of every day I've surrendered, because I haven't. Majority of the time I haven't. Because I'm a control freak. Because I'm scared. For what reason am I freaking scared? Because when God has you, what else matters? So ultimately, why am I standing or sitting here fussing at you guys? I'm not. I'm saying this for the mom out there juggling the babies in the business. That's literally the woman that's building an empire, but also wants to be a present mama, that's chasing her dreams to show them that they can do the same thing. For the woman rebuilding after heartbreak, for the business owner in the middle of a pivot, for the creative who's scared to post their work online, and for the girl who feels like she's not where she should be. You are not alone. You don't need more time. You don't need permission. You need to believe in yourself, because your dream is between you and God, not between you and their opinions. I'm going to say it again, because your dream is between you and God and not between you and their opinions. They didn't see the breakdowns. They didn't witness the hustle. They don't know what it cost to get you here, but you do. So today I'm choosing belief, and today I hope you do the damn same thing. Believe in yourself. Because as Crystal said, we got this far without believing in ourselves or letting imposter syndrome creep in. We got this far. So when you actually believe in yourself, what do you think is going to happen? Okay, that's it for today. And if this episode hit you right in the damn gut, I want you to share it, text your best friend, post it to your stories. Let someone know they're not crazy for feeling the weight of the dream they're building. Because I can promise you, the amount of flooded DMs I get, messages, all the things, you are not alone, and people need to hear it. And if you're ready to lean in, build it, scared, and market like a damn boss, you know where to find me. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I truly love pouring my heart and soul into this for you guys, and I will never leave you in the dark. I promise you, no matter what my life looks like online, I am struggling just like you. I am building just like you. I'm trying to be present just like you. And half the time, I feel like a crazy girl. I feel crazy, but we are just small town girls chasing a big ass dream, and we have to surrender and let God do the work. All right, guys. I love you all. If you like this, comment, share, leave us a freaking review. And until next time, let's freaking get it.
And that's a wrap on another episode of Damn Good Marketing Podcast. Thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you comment, review, share it with a friend. Come back next week. And until next time, let's freaking get it.